Hey y'all, Moses here. It's been a fun couple of days, hasn't it? I've been having a great time. Um, so I'm here to talk about crates. Now, before you groan and say, "Oh my God, shut up, stop whining," I'm gonna look at both sides of this thing as best I can, considering the information we have now. So, for those of you who don't know, yesterday, PlayerUnknown released the Week 18 patch notes as well as some information regarding the August 3rd patch that is coming up. So we have the first person people who are excited, and then we have the anti third person people who are not excited. Both of which voiced their opinions in my competitive PUBG third person has to go video. Maybe I made that title to be a little bit insightful, but either way, let's move on to the real drama. I know you guys don't like the way I say that word, but I'm saying it my way. Which is the paid crate that was announced to support the Gamescom Invitational Tournament that is occurring, I believe, in Germany at some point in the future. Either way, PlayerUnknown announced a bunch of new skins, some of which will be available in 2 free crates, and a bunch of other ones that will be available in a $2.50 crate that you have to purchase. Now, the internet, specifically Reddit, has been pretty upset about that kind of stuff and over the last day or two. And I kind of breezed over what I thought was going to be a relatively accepted topic. And what I said was, this is the state of gaming in 2017. Overwatch has the same kind of, well, not the same model, but Overwatch has a crate model. CSGO obviously has a very popular and well-known crate/skin model. And in reality, skin and cosmetic item trading and crates are the bread and butter of post-sale game revenue. So after a player purchases the game, that revenue effectively ends unless there are further incentive to buy things like skins and weapons or whatever else. It's like a play on the freemium model, except not to that extreme. So for those of you who don't know, that's kind of what's going on. So Reddit, as you may or may, the window's too small. Let me make this bigger for you. As you might be able to see here, Reddit has a couple of threads going on, most of which are kind of pontificating anger threads, but there is one bit of actual news here, and that is a message on the Discord from PlayerUnknown himself stating that he believes the CSGO model for skins is a proven working model. So let's kind of break that down a little bit. That kind of leads us to believe that paid crates and this crate system is going to persist past this one test, as they called it, and will continue on after early access, which I think we already knew. Now, there are some threads calling him a liar, saying that this wouldn't happen until after early access and they should be focusing on development, blah, 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 blah. Let's look at the CSGO model. Okay, the CSGO model was and is the largest, or one of the largest, skin economies in gaming. It's a multi-million dollar, potentially billion. I don't know. I don't know. I don't have those figures. Multi-billion dollar industry. That really has driven the popularity of CSGO along with the rise of esports. The skin betting was a huge proponent of viewing for CSGO for a long time until Valve kind of brought the hammer down. I can see how PlayerUnknown looks at that model and looks at the popularity of CSGO and wants that for his game. Now, that doesn't mean necessarily that it's okay. I'm not a huge fan of paying for items, but the reality is that with CSGO and hopefully with PUBG, you don't have to have these skins in order to play the game. You can play CS without skins. You can hopefully and realistically today you could log into PlayerUnknown's Battlegrounds and play the game without skins. That should persist. That would be my ideal, is that you don't have to buy certain items to gain an advantage. I don't think we're going that way. So paid crates are annoying for the reason, and I'll use an argument to kind of make my point, is that a lot of players would say, well, why do you spend $50 on a game and then get all upset about a $2.50 crate? Well, if you go to a store and say, I would like to buy this shirt or this game or that computer part, and they say, okay, just give us $60. And they say, well, here's your part. Well, this isn't the one I wanted. Well, that's one of 5 that you could potentially get. These are one of 5 shirts out of this rack. We just picked one for you, and there you go. If you want to try another time, you can, maybe you'll get the one you want. That's kind of, it's flawed on both sides. Is that you're aware of this. The system is not a surprise. There's 5 potential items. You pay $250. Maybe you get the one you want. Maybe you don't. It doesn't mean the other stuff doesn't have value. Maybe you can sell it. Maybe, whatever. The model is proven. I mean, like I said, you have to look at the 2 items that are currently available. I mean, the bandana. It's you might not be able to see that. This is Canadian dollar, so this is roughly $290, $300 US for this bandana. Those are the pre-order items. We should have seen this coming. You just have to look at the trench coat and the bandana and say, look, the market is there. People are going to spend $374. All you have to do is add a bit of rarity into the mix, and the price goes sky high. So you have this crate coming with these items that you can only assuming get once, okay? And then you have, like I said, like it's time sensitive. You have rarity, and then it'll go away. So that means it's a collector's item. That's going to drive the value up. And then the interest is going to go up, and gambling might play into here at some point. I don't know how PlayerUnknown is going to look at the mistakes or the situation that Valve was in a year or 2 ago and see how they can maybe learn from that without having to go through the huge drama bomb that we had with, CSGO Lotto, all these betting sites, these individuals that were tied up in them. It's not really what I want to talk about. But either way, this is the way we're going to go. It's pretty clear. So how do I feel about that? How do we feel about that? Realistically, regardless of how many people are on the subreddit complaining or championing this thing, or on YouTube, maybe 10 or 15,000 people watch this video. And even if Level Cap or Jack Frags or if all of them did a video at once, maybe it reaches a couple of million people in total. The player base is pretty big. I think we're past 5 million now. And for the most part, I think that as the vocal minority of individuals who commentate on these type of things, we don't maybe realize that there are maybe 4 million people who are like, heck yeah, miniskirts. I want that. I want the yellow jumpsuit. I want the whatever else, the cap. It's coming, and for the most part, it's probably going to be accepted. So I think we need to accept that as well. Not, grin and bear it type of thing, but just understand that you don't have to participate, and there is a bit of danger here as well. I look at H1, I think, as the best example, where the developers decided that, making money in the skins market was much more important than making a good game. We've had pretty good success with patches. I think the community has been relatively receptive to the game as it has developed, has been supportive of PlayerUnknown and the changes that have occurred to the game to make the game better. If that continues and this skin market comes alongside it, and that's just what it is for the game to continue to develop and grow, I guess for me, I'm on board. I don't have to buy the crates to play the game, neither do you, and if you want to, you can. You're kind of signing up for a system you relatively understand if you come from CSGO, but I don't know. I guess we'll see what happens. I'm interested to hear your thoughts. I know we're pretty divided as a community on this topic right now, for the most part, to the negative, if we're going to use Reddit as an example. But I'm interested to hear from the greater audience from YouTube and whoever else. So let me know what you guys think down in the comments below. Hit the like button if you like the video, and of course, hit the dislike button if you dislike the video, which is entirely possible considering this topic. Don't forget to visit me on Twitch at twitch.tv/wtfmoses and on Twitter at wtfmoses. Thank you for your time. Enjoy the rest of your day, and until next time, I'll see you out there.